Okay, hello everybody. I think we are recording right now. Konnichiwa. And hello, welcome to our first video education session. We starting today with our basic training 1.1. The basic training today based on biogas, dual fuel and gas auto CHP technologies. I will go through it step by step, and again, as usual, please send me all your questions if you have anything in mind what we have to add. If you have any question to the video, to the technologies of the functions. So yeah, let's dive in. Okay, let's see if we are okay. Now what? Now I'm gone. Right, I'm gone now. Okay, now let's dive in. Our topics today will be based on the dual fuel system. That means pilot fuel technologies, gas auto CHP, spark plug technology, and then we compare the technologies of the dual fuel and gas auto system and see what is the pro and contra of the different systems. We go a little bit into efficiency of the systems or technologies, and we go into biogas, pilot fuel, and we start a little bit on the biogas content and treatment as well. Okay. Quick on the point of pilot fuel. So the definition of pilot fuel is that we need for the dual fuel system additional energy source. We cannot run only on gas, biogas, natural gas, whatever. We need an additional fuel source. So, and the definition of it is, for example, we need liquid fuel. It's like diesel, RME, or vegetable oil. The different fuels are stable in quality and energy content. The pilot fuel will be used to ignite the gas what will be supplied to the engine. So the pilot fuel will be used as thousands of sparks, I come later back to that, to ignite the gas in the combustion chamber. And at the time of injection, the pilot fuel will be sprayed into the combustion chamber and then get thousands of sparks in the, to ignite the gas. That's the base on pilot fuel. Okay, let's go quick here. Our basics of biogas. In a bit again. We using different gas supply systems for the different engines. So we have opportunities to operate on biogas, wood gas, landfill gas, for example. We call that in this sector as weak gas. That means it's a gas with a very low calorific value. So it's a low energy content. On all of these gases, it's always the quality and the energy content are very unstable with fluctuation during the day and actually in minute or hour based as well. If we compare to CHP what's operate on natural gas or LPG, the calorific value is very high and the quality and energy content is, I would say, almost stable. Okay. So back to the biogas. We have here a picture of some components of the biogas content. If we run on a stable biogas system, we still will have fluctuation around that CHP content, methane content. For sure, we always have systems or biogas plants with a higher or lower CHP energy content as well. You can see here, depends on the feedstock and the technology on the biogas plant. We can have 40% up to 70, maybe sometimes 75%. But again, we always talking about biogas. So it's a natural fuel, and it's always fluctuating. It's never stable. So the methane content is the calorific value. The CO2 is this one, is the biggest part of the rest of the biogas. So we have the CH4 and we have the CO2 as the biggest components in the whole biogas production. Then for sure, we will have a little bit of H2O. And the rest of the gas, we have H2S, what can fluctuate between 50 up to 50,000 ppm. So that's the H2S here. That's actually the sulfur content in the biogas. The sulfur content, we'll show you later, can have a very bad impact on the CHP system, on the engine oil and so on. So we will have a look on that on gas treatment system, what usually will be used after the supply or from the gas biogas digester supply, that we clean the gas before it's run into the CHP unit. So we have the H2S content, what can fluctuate quite high, depends on the biogas production system. As well, we have a H2O content, what get its condensate maybe in the gas pipe or in the charge air intercooler. So if it's getting condensate, then it's like water. We cannot compress water, and we can have very bad impact on the engine if we get water into the engine. I will come through it a little bit later or in another video, depends on how long this will go. Okay, then we have the NH3, this ammonia. So the NH3 can force knocking in the engine and can have can force damages on the piston or the liner as well. The last rest, what we like to discuss today, is the H2. Is hydrogen. So hydrogen is very easy ignitable and flammable. So if we get a too high content of hydrogen, the CSP, so the engine, will start to knock. And the knocking means like an over temperature in the engine and can force big damages on the engine, on the crankshaft, piston, liner, cylinder head, etc. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Here, a quick basic. It's not 100% accurate from the numbers, but only to get an understanding. So if we compare biogas, let me quick take a pointer here. If we take the biogas, if we talk about biogas to compare to natural gas, approximately the biogas have 50% of CH4. If we compare it with natural gas, then we are talking about energy content, so calorific value of the 50% to compare to 100% of natural gas. If you see it in energy, like here, the 50% CH4 is approximately 8 kilowatt hour per cubic meter. So this is norm cubic meter. This must be clear. The same what we have here is if we have natural gas, the energy, the power input or the energy input of natural gas is 10 kilowatt hours per cubic meter, norm cubic meter again. Okay, we see here there is, in biogas is less energy in the volume of cubic meter to compare to natural gas. But ours all depends on the biogas CH4 content in the biogas. If we have 40%, this will be 40%, this will be 4 kilowatt. If we have 60% CH4, then we have 6 kilowatt hours per norm cubic meter. Okay, there we have the flame speed of the different gas sources. So we go back to the biogas. The flame speed of biogas is approximately 50% to compare to natural gas is 100%. So the flame speed is very much lower than on natural gas. And on the other side, here we have the knocking resistance. So where we get too much heat into the system, it starts to knock to self-ignite. So the biogas have a knocking resistance of 100%. So it's much safer for the CHP to operate on low volume gas. So we can ignite much earlier, get a better efficiency out of the system to compare to natural gas. Later on, in some other videos, I will explain a little bit deeper. And then, again, the biogas permanently fluctuating. So the quality of CHP content as well on the rest of the content like H2S and so on is always fluctuating, it's always changing in period of minutes, hours, during the day, doing different feeding of the digester, temperature of the digester, all comes in place that we get fluctuation. So that means biogas is not stable at all. To compare to natural gas is actually very stable, it's very clean. So it's different scenarios of gas input